Hi, I'm Carey Sadler, River City Pilates in North Liberty, Iowa. Today I am going to go through and teach to you a little workout that's great to do at home. This is specifically a little routine that I devised for one of my clients who just had some carpal tunnel surgery and isn't able to put pressure on her wrists or hands. So this is a great workout if you have anything going on that you can't specifically put pressure on your hand, your wrist, and still get a really great workout. So let's get started. We're going to lay back on our mat and just start with some breathing. So let's take 3 big Pilates breaths. Big inhale into the side ribs, expanding the rib cage. And then as you exhale, that forceful exhale, deepening your belly, squeezing out that breath. 2 more breaths there. Inhale as we fill up on that breath. And then that exhale, squeeze it out. Deep belly pulling up and in. 1 more breath, just like that. Big inhale into the side ribs. And then that exhale, squeezing out that breath. We're going to take it into some arm circles here. As you inhale with those nice long arms, stretch the arms overhead. And then as you exhale, circle and come all the way back around. Inhale that belly to the spine as you stretch and reach overhead. And then exhale to circle back around. Let's do 2 more there. And big exhale. 1 more time. And then just reverse that. Palms up as you stretch the arms long and circle. Exhale, press the arms down, opening your collarbones as you press down. Inhale as you reach and stretch. And then that exhale as you press those arms long beside you. 2 more. And 1 last one. Open the feet just a little bit, maybe that hip width apart. Let's take it into some knee folds, working on that hip stability. Inhale, pull the leg into 90 degrees. Exhale as you press it back down to the mat. So we're moving the leg back and forth, trying to keep our hip bones nice and stable. Inhale in. Exhale as you press back down. That switching moment is a ton of work to keep the belly up and in and not shift in those hips. Inhale as you draw that leg in, and then that exhale to come back down. Let's do 1 more on each side on there. That inhaling in, and that exhale to come back down. Inhaling, just that energy through those arms the whole time, but not necessarily having to press into your wrists or hands. Let's do a little knee sway. I like those arms out to the side on this one. Shoulders nice and anchored. As you inhale, let the legs fall over to one side. Get that nice little twist through your spine. As you exhale, draw your abdominals in and sequence your spine back to the mat. We'll do 3 on each side on there. That inhaling over into your stretch. And then exhale, drawing the abdominals in, sequencing back. Inhaling into that reach. And then that full exhale, sequencing back. Inhale to reach the legs over. And exhale all the way back to center. Let's do 1 more on each side. Just warming up our spine. Keep those shoulders nice and anchored. Go to what feels good in your body on here. Inhaling as we reach through those legs. Exhale, draw those core muscles up and in to come back to center. We're going to do a few upper ab curls in here. Lengthen through those arms so you get that active work through the arms, even though we're not pushing on those wrists or fingers on this one. Take a nice big inhale. As you exhale, let's tuck the chin and just curl up into that upper ab curl. Stay there for an inhale. And then exhale, roll yourself back down, stretching through the arms, active arms the whole time. Nice big inhale. As you exhale, tuck the chin and curl up. Stay there for that inhale. Exhale to roll yourself back down. Let's do 1 more there. Nice full breath. into our hundreds next. So your working level for hundreds, I'm going to show a few different variations. You can take it wherever you best like. You can be here in that upright curl, pumping with the feet down. You can take those arms to or legs to tabletop. You can stretch them out or adjust accordingly for your working level. If it bothers you to have your head up in that upright curl, you can always just leave your head down and pump those arms and adjust your legs from there. Let's do 4 more breaths. We're going to inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. One more big breath, inhaling for 5, exhaling for 5, and then roll back down. Hug those legs in, whatever's comfortable for you as far as grabbing. If those wrists or fingers are not able to grab, use your arms a little bit. We're going to rock up to sitting, so you can curl up however you best need to curl up. We're going to do a little half roll back next. So on this one, let's start with a nice bent leg, anchoring those feet. If you have a strap or a weight or something you want to anchor those feet with, that's always nice too. We're going to stretch those arms. Let's start with 4, halfway back. We're going to inhale, curl back to that working level, and then exhale, stretch your spine up and over. Inhale, curling back, deep belly pulls up and in. Deep exhale as you stretch forward. Energy through the arms the whole time, so we're connecting our shoulders and stretching through those arms. Big exhale to curl forward so that even we're getting that work through our arms, right? We feel those muscles engaged and working that whole time. Good, let's add a little twist to that. As you inhale, we're gonna twist halfway and just stretch behind you, and then exhale, come back to center, round forward. Inhale into that twist and reach. Exhaling as you round back forward. Inhale that twist. Exhale back. Inhale, twist and reach. And exhale to come back. One more on each side on there. That twist and reach. And back. And then that twist. And back center. We're going to take it all the way down to the mat for single leg circles. I'm going to show it today with a bent leg, anchor down. You can also straighten this leg and press that heel in. Find what feels best for you. Energize your arms. You don't have to put pressure into that wrist, but energize, just reach long. 5 circles as you inhale, reach the leg across. Exhale, circle down and around. Try to keep your hips as still as you can in these circles. Inhale across, exhale as you circle. That standing leg is trying to press into the mat and help you stabilize. Reach across, circle around. Let's do one more there. And then we'll reverse. Inhale to that outside, exhale, circle around. Inhaling and exhale. Find that whole body work. Roll those shoulders down and back to the mat. Deep belly pulls up and in. One more time. And then we'll bend that leg in and switch it out. That standing right leg is going to press in. Left leg is stretching. If you need to have it a little bit, it's fine, but stretch long and find as much length as you can. Inhale across the body. Exhale to circle. Inhaling. Exhale down and around. Good. Really your working level, how big that leg is circling around. Right? You can still keep your hips as still as you can, your rib cage, everything else nice and still. We're going to do one more in that direction. Little pause, let's reverse. To the outside, circle down and around. Inhaling to start, exhale. 2 more there. Reach to that outside, circle around. Inhale and exhale, and then bringing that foot to the mat. Go ahead and just roll up to sitting however you best like. We're going to add a little spine stretch in. We're going to open the legs, flex the feet, stretch the arms, find that energy through the arms, shoulder blades down. Should be a little work just to be here and be tall. We're going to take an inhale first. Double exhale as you stretch. Stretch a little further. Inhale as you roll up, lift and lengthen. Double exhale. Inhale, sitting bones anchored, refine that tall spine. Exhale, belly to the spine to stretch and stretch. Everyone, we get just a little more of that length in our spine and our full body. Inhaling, stack nice and tall. One more time. Exhale, that stretch and stretch. Roll up, sit tall. Take your arms to the side. We're going to go right to soft. Big inhale in the center. Exhale, we're going to twist and stretch long through those arms. As you inhale, stack yourself tall. If you need to bend the arms or legs to be tall, go for it on there. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lift and lengthen center. Exhale, that twist and twist. We're trying to keep those hip bones as anchored as you can as you press and twist. Big inhale in that center position. Active arms that whole time and twist, twist. Inhaling as we lift tall. Exhale as we twist, twist. We're going to do one more on each side. Best ones. And then that. Relaxing those arms. We're going to turn over onto our bellies and do a little extension. Taking that, kind of our swan on here, but we're going to take the arms and just stretch them behind you. And if it feels okay to have those legs together. If you feel like you need a little space or externally rotate the legs to open up your back a little, that's a fine option too. As you inhale, you're going to reach through your fingertips, press the palms up for the ceiling and lift up. Exhale to roll back down. So this is great tricep work too. Inhale, lengthen, press, open the chest and shoulders. Exhale that roll to come back down. We'll do 4 more of those. You can keep your feet down, or if you want to add those legs coming up, you can inhale, rise them up a little. Make sure that feels all right in your back. Inhale, lengthen and stretch up. All about that length in our spine. One last one in there. Stretching through those arms, lifting up. And then back down. Come to your comfortable position and find a child's pose or any other stretch that feels good. Just stretch the back out. This is a great place to just take some breath, relax into it as much as you can. Take a few moments just to kind of check in with the body as you're there. And so we're going to show today just a little variation of a plank. A plank is such a great exercise, and we can really do it without being on our wrists and arms. So the version I'm going to show you today is on those elbows and on those knees, and then just drop your hips down so you can find as much length through your body as you can. And lift out of the shoulders, pull your belly up and in, just holding this position. Nice deep breath on there. If it's there for you and you want to come all the way up here, you can definitely be there. That's going to be a little more work. This is a great option too. Let's just hold that for a few breaths on there and really fine tune. Pull your shoulders down your back, belly button to the spine so we're not just hanging out there. You're really lifted. Squeeze your glutes and your inner thighs so they're nice and engaged. Let that whole body work. One more breath on there. And then you can shift back and just take a little stretch. Again, take a few breaths. And get a nice little stretch through your back. A few nice deep breaths. When you're ready, we're going to turn over on your backs and do a little shoulder bridge next. So we'll lay down and just have those feet about hip width apart. So just that maybe inch and a half, a little space. Line up with your sitting bones. Stretch through your arms. You don't have to push those hands in, but reach through your arms and roll your shoulders back so those arms are active. As you inhale, you're going to do that pelvic tuck. Curl up through your spine into your bridge. Exhale as you roll back down. One vertebra at a time, tailbone heavy at the end. Inhaling as you're curling up, stretch through the arms and lift. Exhale as you roll back down. Get that nice massaging of your spine back and forth into the mat. Nice full breath. Try to press evenly into both feet and really keep your alignment. And then that exhale to roll back down. Let's do 2 more on there. Last one, that Good, let's roll ourselves all the way up to sitting. We're gonna throw in our spine twist. We're trying to be as tall as possible on those sitting bones. Squeeze the legs. If you need to bend the knees to get tall, bend them. Otherwise, you can reach to that straight leg. Arms stretch long beside you. We're gonna take a big inhale in the center, double exhale to twist. Every inhale, find that lift and lengthen. Every exhale, bring out that breath. Twist. Twist a little further from that deep belly. Big inhale. Exhale, twist and twist. Inhale, back to side. We're gonna do one more on each side. Twist, twist. And then bring those arms back. Good. We're gonna head into a little bit of our side leg kick series. I'm gonna lay this way to show this. Comfortable arm position. So if that wrist or arm is bothering you, you're probably gonna wanna lay down on that bottom arm. Take those legs a little bit out to the front so our hips and shoulders are lined up, our legs are out in front. This hand can be comfortable here. If it feels better to rest it here, it's fine. We're gonna just be aware of that top shoulder stability. It doesn't have to like work a ton on there. We're gonna take our top leg, lift it up about hip height. We're gonna start with some sweeps forward and back. As you inhale, you're gonna stay stable. You're gonna flex, kick forward, and then point, kick back. Inhale, flex, kick, exhale, point, reach. Inhale, kick, kick, exhale, kick, kick. We're gonna do about 4 of all these variations. If you're at home, you could always add a few more in. Inhale, flex, kick, exhale, point, reach. Bring that leg over the bottom leg, externally rotate your leg for our battement. Point to lift the leg up, flex to bring it back down. Your working level, how high you bring it up so that that top hip doesn't roll back when you lift the leg. Let's do one more there. Point up, flex down, and then we'll switch. Flex as you lift up, point and reach as you come back down. Once again, find your comfortable position with that top arm. 2 more there. Flex up, point down. Inhale and exhale. Our next one is our développé. We're gonna slide the toe in on the bottom leg, stretch it straight, flex back down. Inhale, big exhale. Slide it in, stretch and reach one more time. The reverse. Flex your foot to lift up, bend it in, slide it out straight. Inhale up, exhale to reach long. And stretch. We'll do one more there. Flex up, bend in, stretch, and reach long. We're gonna take it into our rondejambe. These are little half circles. We'll start about hip height. Your working level, they don't have to be super big. Sweep forward, rainbow the leg, and reach it behind you. Have kind of that perfect form on these. Inhale and exhale up and over. Inhale for half, exhale for half, stretching long. We'll do one more there. And then we'll reverse. Reach the leg behind you, rainbow that leg to the front. Whole body is working. That bottom leg is engaged and pressing into the mat to stabilize. Belly up and in. We got one more there. Nice job. All right, let's take it to a nice straight line with your body. So try to kind of line everything up in line. We're gonna take our top leg about hip height and take that bottom leg and just lift and lower. Inhale, exhale. Good, let's do both legs for 4. We'll lift and lower. Stretch through those toes. Find that length through your whole body as you come up and down. Belly button to that spine, feeling that whole time. Great, that was our first side. We're gonna do a little transition. Comfortable, you can take those arms just beside you and let your forehead be on the mat. This is our grasshopper. Those legs are straight and we're lifting them up and doing little claps through those heels. Tapping those heels together. Let's do one more set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then rest the legs. And then we're gonna turn over and do the other side. I'll flip ends here so you can see. So just turn where you're at. Get yourself all set up. Shoulders, hips all lined up. pretty straight line from the top of your head to your tailbone, and then let those legs come out in front of you a little bit. Comfortable top hand position on there. Belly engaged, side waist engaged. Top arm or top leg at hip height. As you inhale, we're going to sweep first. Flex, kick, and then point, kick. Inhale, flex, kick. Exhale, point, kick. Find that sweeping of your leg front to back, trying to stay as nice as still as you can. I'd bring the leg over that bottom leg for bot mat. Externally rotate. We'll take our 4 here. Point up, flex down. Inhale and exhale. Stretch through the toes, stretch through that heel. Inhale, exhale down. Let's reverse. Flex up, point and reach back down. Reach through that heel and then stretch long through that leg. Inhale, big exhale, flex and point. Next up is our develope. You're going to slide your toe in on the bottom leg, stretch it straight, flex your foot down. Inhale, slide it in, stretch straight, reach through that heel back down. Opening up through that hip, lengthen down. We got one more in there. Let's reverse it. Flex your foot as you lift up, bend it in, slide the leg out, reach through that heel, curl the toes in, and lengthen the leg to stretch out. Trying to keep those hips nice and stacked. One more time. Good. Give that leg a little rest. We're going to go into our rond de jambe. Anchor through the bottom leg, top leg hip height, pointing that foot. Nice even half circles, circling with that leg. Inhaling for half, exhaling up and over. We have 2 more there. Nice deep breath. And circle. Let's reverse. Reach the leg behind, rainbow to the front. Take it at your working level. They don't have to be big, but make them nice and pretty. Inhale and exhale. One more. Good. All right, let's take it so that we're laying in that nice straight line from your head to your toes. Support with that hand, but don't scrunch those shoulders. Top leg is going to lift up to hip height. Bottom leg does a lift and lower. Lift and lower. Inhale, exhale. One more. Let's take both legs up and down. Inhale, exhale. Lift and lower. Lift. And remember, this top hand can be light. It can also be here or here that whole time. Lift and lower. Nice. Let's turn to our backs and just take a little stretch after that series. So we'll cross one ankle over the other knee and just take a little figure 4 stretch. As long as this is a stretch, just stay here. Let that hip open. Let those sitting bones just kind of reach away from you and find that nice deep breath. If you feel like you want to pull that leg in, or if it's comfortable for you to grab, if that allows, you can definitely grab and pull in. And then we'll switch and do that on that other leg. Ankle over the other knee. Once you get there, just kind of even that weight in your hips. You can just play around. Oftentimes just a little shift in the weight through the hip bones or how you open that leg is going to make a difference in that stretch. And then we're going to unwind from there. Roll yourself up to sitting. We're going to end just with a little standing roll down today. So just find a little space standing. Let's just do those feet about hip width apart. See if you guys can see me on here. And really just let shoulders shake out a little bit. Roll down through your spine. You're going to inhale for half. Exhale for that second half, and just let yourself hang at the bottom. Take a nice stretch. If you want to grab elbows, if that's there for you, you can do that. Otherwise, just hang and take some nice deep breath on there. When you're ready to come back up, little softness in those knees, anchor those feet, roll through your spine to come up. Tuck your tail under, start to reconnect those shoulders. Take a nice big inhale, just stretch up for the ceiling. And then exhale as you come back around. And that is our little mini workout. We hope you enjoyed it, and we hope you'll join us again for another workout. Thanks for being with us. If you want more information about the studio, you can check us out at www.rivercitypilates.com.